So Slumber Party Massacre is a straight-up slasher film from the 80s, produced and directed by women. Booyah, social justice warriors!
Here we go! This night, you gotta find that nightmares do come true. We will find you. Treat, treat. This night, you gotta find that.
What's up, guys? Welcome to 31 Days of Horror. This is day 10. I am Morgan Film Fan. Let's jump into some scares. So, straight up slasher, the Slumber Party Massacre was released on this beautiful steelbook from Scream Factory. First time viewing this, obviously. All the films I'm reviewing this month are first time watches for me. And as I was mentioning in the intro, this was directed by Amy Jones, I believe. Jones would be correct. And released in 1982. Kind of right at the beginning of slasher territory when all of them were being released, like 50 a year or something at that point. But getting right into the synopsis. Very, very simple synopsis. Almost as simple as, Halloween, except involving more characters, I would say. Basically, it starts off with a group of girls. They play basketball together. There's one girl in particular who is kind of the star of the film. I don't really see this film having much of a star or a main focus, because it definitely focuses on all the girls in particular, as well as two guys who kind of have a crush on all of them and want to party with them all the time. But this main girl, one of the main girls named Valerie, she's on the basketball team, and she doesn't really get picked on, but you can tell she's kind of outcasted by all the other girls. They don't really take her seriously on the team. They find that she doesn't play, as well or whatever. And in the showers, they're talking about her, and she's kind of overhearing. And one of the other girls, Trish, her parents are away for the weekend, I believe, or a while. And she's having a little get-together for all the girls, and Valerie overhears them talking like, oh, don't bring Valerie, and don't put her on the team next time, and yada yada. So she's kind of outcasted that way, and she hears all this, and she feels bad, and she just kind of like outs herself from the party, even though Trish, likes her and more than the other girls do anyway. And Trish invites her, but she's all like, yeah, I don't want to go. So she basically stays home with her little sister Courtney, while Trish, Diane, Jackie, and Kim, or Kimberly, hang out at Trish's house for having the slumber party. Doing all the 80s things, smoking weed and having some drinks. And these two guys also that I was mentioning, Jeff and Neil, I believe is his name. Yeah, Jeff and Neil. They come to crash the party because they're dudes and they have nothing better to do for the weekend, so they want to, score some. And so they do that. And then there's this maniac on the loose with no motive other than wanting to kill teenagers and stalking them. And I mean, his first kill is this blonde girl in the back of his van, which I don't understand how he doesn't get caught by doing that. There's even two guys who start talking to the chick, and then they walk away, and she's dragged into the van, and she's at the back of the window knocking on the windows, and they don't hear shit. So convenience, right? But yeah, this guy has no motive basically, and the plot is really that simple, but it really plays all the slasher cards. This is a phenomenal slasher movie. It's what a slasher movie, it hits every note for what a slasher movie is supposed to be, and hits them dead on. This has all the slasher tropes. It's got, the titties, it's got the drinking, it's got the drugs, it's got the maniac killer, who has an awesome murder weapon, by the way, with a power drill. My God, it must be battery operated, because he doesn't have to plug the damn thing in everywhere he goes. But it's fantastic. Like, he just looks like your everyday Joe, has no motive, like I said. The only description you get of him is a little blurb on the radio saying that there was this maniac a few months or a few years back, or however long it was, named Russ Farn. They mentioned on the radio this guy named Russ Farn who went on a murder spree, and then you assume it's him. And he's just stalking these girls at Trish's house, kind of tormenting them and messing with their psyches. And the kills are amazing. The kills are slasher kills 101. Like, they are great. They are bloody. They're different. It's not, just stab stab stab. Like, it's all with, the power drill, but still, it's, there's depth to the kills. There's entertainment value to the kills, as sick as that sounds. But if you like your slasher movies, you like your horror, and you like your horror to be just classic and, knowing what to expect, like I was talking about yesterday, slasher, like it didn't hit those tropes like this one does. This is a perfect slasher movie. Like, this is the type of slasher movie you hear about, and you hear slasher movie, and this is what delivers everything that a slasher movie should. And it does it extremely well. So, yes, I did love this film a lot. My God, there is a girl, Kim or Kimberly, who looks like a dude. Okay, like I swear, like on every poster that I've seen, with her in it, she looks like a dude. I'm sorry, not to be mean or anything, but the girl looks like a dude. She has a high voice. She is a girl, but looks like a man. Just saying. There's a kill where the boyfriend gets killed in a car, and his head just like straight up rolls off of his neck. Great kill. Did I see a camera reflection on a window? I think I might have. I had to rewind it, and I'm like, is that a reflection from one of the camera guys that's on this window? Because that's what it looked like to me, but it could have been something else. I don't know. There's a scene where Valerie is her name, right? Yes, Valerie is watching a slasher movie on TV. So you're watching a slasher, and there's a scene where a girl's watching a slasher. The slasher looks amazing. Now, I hope the slasher is real, because I will totally look it up and see if I could find it, because it itself looked awesome. It looked like, wow, I want to discover this film now and go watch it next. There's a few jokes that involve a pizza guy, and I'm not going to get too much into spoilers with this pizza guy, because there's a few things that they do involving this pizza guy throughout the film. And see, another thing that I wanted to talk about too, because this film was filmed by, or it was directed by a woman, and directed and produced by a woman, and written by a woman, a different woman. So two women produced this film, basically. And they're both very much behind feminist agendas, from what I hear. Now, this film doesn't really have a political message. It's a straight up slasher film with slasher tropes. There's no political agenda behind it, unless I missed it. Which is nice, because that's how I like my 80s slashers. I mean, everything getting made today is just crammed with political messages and political statements and bullshit like that it just takes away so much of the entertainment value that older films had. But there's just so many dumb jokes, and like, kind of, I would say, dumb blonde jokes, and your typical slasher tropes where the girls are just making stupid decisions, and the guys too. I mean, there's a pretty even number of kills between guys and girls that get murdered. But there's that idea where these dumb teenagers are doing dumb things and getting slashed to death. And I don't know. I'm wondering whether the director and the producer, or the director and the writer, was going for a satire, or going or just, I don't like. What I'm not understanding is the purpose of what they were trying to do, because you would think that they would kind of make the character smarter or make some more of a feminist view of it, but from what I've seen, they don't. It's just cool to see, you know, a bunch of women make a slasher movie about women getting killed, and which, because you know, that's what everybody usually would complain about, you know, glamorizing killers and glamorizing males as killers, going after, you know, poor innocent women. So you would think that they would take a different spin on it, but not that I've seen. It's a pretty standard slasher movie, and it plays pretty straight on that, except for the jokes here and there that they make, and the, you know, stupid teenager jokes that are constant throughout the film. But overall, man, such a well done slasher. Such a well done slasher. I mean, going back to the dumb teenagers thing, there's a scene where Valerie sees blood on the floor, and she just takes it lightly. She goes to investigate it, but then her sister Courtney comes along, and then they have a conversation. She's like, oh, you know, everything seems fine over here. What the hell do you think that red stuff is on the floor? Like, what the hell's going on? Did I miss something? Anyway. Shit like that. Like, I don't know what the joke is there. Like, is it supposed to be funny? Is it supposed to be satirical? Is it supposed to be a statement? Or are you just making a dumb slasher movie because slasher movies are fun when they're dumb? Like, I think so, but like, I just don't understand the director's view. I guess I missed it. I don't know if it's supposed to be funny or if it's mistakenly funny, if you know what I mean. One thing I noticed about the killer's weapon, the power drill, there's a lot of scenes where it's obviously supposed to resemble a phallus. You can definitely tell that there's that in the direction that I got, where like the drill is obviously supposed to resemble his cock. And I won't get into spoilers, but there's a part where like his murder weapon is kind of destroyed, you know, by all the girls. So, you know, there's that. I caught that, director. I caught that, Amy. Nice job, well played. But yeah, I think that's all my notes. That would be it. So I'm going to give this film a 90 out of 100. Why out of 100? Because I hate decimals. I really enjoyed this one. I had a blast with it. This is a slasher movie. In comparison to what a slasher movie should be, there's another one that I've watched called, and if you can ever find it, it's so good, Blood Rage. Blood Rage and this are what slashers are supposed to be. They play the slasher cards perfectly, and they hit every note on what a slasher movie is. And I love that, and I love that about this film. So 90 out of 100. Follow Morgan Film Fan. I am going to be back with more reviews. I hope you're enjoying them so far. Cheers, and until next time, we will see you later.